Hey guys, the pre-patch is now live, and what is new, I hear you ask? Well, Blizzard have given us a few things to enjoy while we wait for Shadowlands. So first up, unicorn mounts can now fly. I have been waiting for this for a long time, and it does still feel a bit weird that it's actually happening, but I love it. So amongst the unicorns, we have the Wild Dream Runner, which is one of the Paragon reputation mounts from Legion, has a chance to drop from the Dreamweaver's cache. This has been my go-to mount when you can only use ground mounts since I got it, and the fact that it now flies means I can just use it all the time. There's also the PvP mounts, the coursers, they can all fly now. The only one that I've got so far is the prestigious Bronze Courser, which you get from PvP on a rank 15. Obviously you can tell I don't do that much PvP. You do unlock a ton more as you progress up through the honor ranks. One day I shall have them all. I really do like this mount, it's got some cool looks. Anything unicorn related is a thumbs up from me. There's also the Lucid Nightmare mount, which was one of the secrets back in Legion. I still haven't taken the time to do it, so I might actually try and get that done before Shadowlands. There's also the Pure Heart Courser, which is the 100 Exalted Reputations mount. I think I'm on about 70, so pretty far off still, but I will work on that sometime. There's also going to be a couple of new unicorn mounts in Shadowlands. There's a Swift Gloomhoof and a Sundancer, so look out for those. I know I'll be trying to get them as soon as possible for my collection. Next up, there are a lot of new character customisations, so get yourself to a barbershop and check it out. If you have a druid like me, you can also change the appearance of the various forms. It's actually amazing. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, having the Sparkle Kitty from the Mage Tower and the Beastly Bear also from the Mage Tower. I love both of those looks. And playing Resto Druid, you can't have those forms, but now you can just change the appearance to any form that you want. So it's awesome. This is why I love having a druid, because you have so many different forms and now you can change the appearance of them all individually. I love it. Another change I'm really hyped about is if you're an undead hunter, you can now tame undead beasts. This is something that I've been hoping for a while now, and I've always thought, why can't we tame undead beasts? Why? They're beasts, so what if they're undead? It shouldn't matter. So I'm glad they've finally decided to change that. It's really cool. It's only for undead hunters at the moment. Luckily, my hunter is undead. It's actually a miracle. If you're not an undead hunter, you'll only be able to tame undead beasts after Shadowlands has launched, and you'll need to also obtain a simple tome of bone binding. Not sure where you get that from just yet, but I'm sure we'll find out once Shadowland hits. There's tons of undead beasts to tame, and I'm going to make a separate video all about that. Also, if you're a Pandaren hunter, you will now be able to tame cloud serpents. If you're not a Pandaren hunter, you will need to be exalted with the Order of the Cloud Serpent to buy a tome called How to School Your Serpent. Now, if you have logged in since the pre-patch hit, you will have noticed that you're no longer level 120. The Level Squish has arrived and you will now be level 50. It feels pretty strange seeing like 18k health instead of 500k health. Very, very strange still. I remember last time when they did a Level Squish, but it feels a lot more squishy this time. I guess it is. We will adjust in time. So it also means that your item level is dropped. It just feels so inferior. So inferior. If Blizzard have done everything right, then things should seem the same, I guess. But we'll see. Along with the Level Squish, corruption has also been removed from all gear. Now I know some people hated it, but I really enjoyed using gear with multiple infinite stars and Twilight Devastations when I'm out and about doing quests, because I actually stood a chance at kicking Horde butt when they tried to gank me in war mode. So now I'll probably just get killed a lot. If I had the choice, I would have kept it until Shadowlands actually launched, but I'm sure I'll get by. Maybe just turn war mode off if it gets too much, if I'm just stuck in a death cycle. There is also a new starting zone called Exile's Reach. This is for players level 1 to 10, and it comes with an in-game help sort of tutorial system, which you can disable it if you're not a new player, of course. And if you don't want to go to Exile's Reach, you can just start in the usual starting zones. It's not a requirement, but you should definitely do it once. Also, it's worth noting that when you reach level 10, if you're a new player, you will be sent straight to the BFA expansion. But if you already have a character above level 50, you can enter Chromie Time. Now, Chromie Time gives you the option to quest up to level 50 in whichever expansion you want. So pick your favourite. Speak to Chromie near the embassy in each major city. Everything will scale to your current level. And once you reach level 50, you'll automatically get pulled out of Chromie Time after 1 minute passes, but if you do want to finish questing in the expansion that you've been leveling in, you can turn off the experience gains and just continue on as you please. The experience bonus from Heirlooms has now been removed and it's been replaced by set bonuses instead. If you have 2 heirlooms, your rested experience consumed is reduced by 30%. If you have 3, that increases your out of combat regeneration as well. If you have 4, you will gain something called a burst of knowledge when you level up, and this will deal damage to enemies and give you 40% primary stat boost for 2 minutes, and you can extend this effect as well for up to 2 additional minutes by killing additional enemies. If you have 6 heirlooms, your rested experience that's consumed is reduced by another 30%. So that's 60% total. I guess that's okay. I've not decided if it's a good or a bad thing yet, but generally speaking, I've heard that leveling 1 to 50 can be done really quickly now. So maybe it's actually okay. I'm gonna have to try that out and get back to you. There's also a new mentor system if you want to help out new players. There are a lot of requirements though, so check out the extensive list. If you are eligible and you want to sign up, just go and talk to the guide recruiter NPCs. The Alliance one is by the Stormwind Embassy called Celeste Periwinkle, and the Horde one is by the Ogrimmar Embassy called Ela Pathleader. I don't know if I've pronounced that right, but never mind. So check out the list of requirements and see if it's something that you fancy doing. There has been quite a lot of class and spec changes on the pre-patch, including a revival of some previously removed abilities. So check out your spellbook and your talents. You might have some new spells. Make sure you check both the class tab and the spec tab, as at first I thought one of my spells had been removed, but it was just in the other tab. I was really panicking. I thought they'd taken away my Swift Mend. It was not a fun time, but everything's fine. It's still there. There are some Transmog updates as well, so if you've been dying to use your Legion artifact appearance from your other spec, now you can use it. You'll also be able to mix and match, so you don't have to have 2 weapons the same. You can have one of a different colour. You can do whatever you want. And also you can now transmog wands into daggers and swords if you're a mage or a warlock, and you can transmog wands to maces and daggers if you're a priest. So thank you, Blizzard. We enjoy additional transmog opportunities. Thank you very much. The allied race requirements have been nerfed, so if you've not hit Exalted with the Reputation to Reach faction, you don't need to worry about that anymore. You'll still need to complete the achievements linked to each one, but at least you don't have to do the rep grind anymore, so that's good. The cooldowns for health and combat potions have been changed. So combat potions now have a 5-minute cooldown that starts when you enter combat. So you might actually be able to use multiple potions per fight, if it's a long fight, of course. Health potions now also have a 5-minute cooldown, but it's separate to the combat potion cooldown. Health stones are still the same, it's still just 1 use per combat. And they have a 1-minute cooldown that starts when you leave combat. The old experience potions have all been nerfed. You can't use them anymore. So things like the Elixir of Rapid Mind, Potion of Accelerated Learning, Elixir of Ancient Knowledge, there's no use to them anymore. As well as this, a lot of the older potions have been capped at level 50, so you won't be able to use some stuff like the invisibility potions, swiftness potions, things like that once you are over level 50, which is a bit of a shame, but hopefully they'll bring out some new stuff in Shadowlands. There's been some changes to some battle pets, so this means that some of your existing strategies may not be as effective anymore. I'm going to have to check through mine and update them if needs be. I might have to come up with some new strategies. We shall see. Dungeon entrances have been added to maps, so you'll no longer need an add-on for this. That's pretty cool. And something I've not really looked into much yet is Relics of the Past, although from what I have read, it doesn't seem too well received. So there's a set of new items for blacksmithing, tailoring and leatherworking professions called Relics of the Past. These relics can be crafted using materials from any expansion, so your cloth, leather and ore, and it's an optional region when you craft an item. So if you choose to add it, kind of like a socket, you will craft the item at a high level and increase the minimum required level. There's 5 different tiers. Seems like a good idea, but yeah, reading on the forums, it seems like people are feeling it's a bit of a bad system. Anyway, I'll definitely try it out at some point and come back to you. And it's probably worth mentioning, if you haven't already heard, the pre-patch event, the Scourge invasion, is not yet active and is suspected to only go live closer to the release of Shadowlands. So who knows when this will be. Sorry if I've missed anything or not gone into enough details, but hopefully I've covered most things. So go and check out all the new things and have fun! Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful in some way. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave a comment and be sure to subscribe for more videos. All my links are in the description below. Bye!